one guy's name who I think is one of the most underrated players of our era, who nobody ever talks about anymore, is Mark Price. The best shooting point guard of his day, could shoot any shot.
Mark Price, off the pick and roll, one of the greatest shooters I've ever seen in our game. Now, there's a thing we call 50-40-90. Guy shoots 50% from the field, 40% from the three, 90 from the line. That was Mark Price back then.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough. Obviously, my dad was a coach, but one of my dad's kind of his hobbies or pet peeves, he was really into shooting and the fundamentals of shooting. And I actually, consider myself a little bit of his guinea pig, being his firstborn son, because he would constantly be tweaking with things, on my shot.
For growing up, I was sitting around and watching games or, especially pro games. My dad would be like, these guys are making all this money and they can't even step up there and hit a free throw. So I figured, I better learn to hit my free throws. I wouldn't want my dad griping at me all the time.
I constantly was working on my footwork and getting prepared to shoot. And I also had to learn to get my shot off quick because I was small. I constantly was having to work on how to get to my shot, get rid of it as soon as I catch it, quick release.
You just learned to play the game. If you were open from 10 feet, you took the shot. If you were open from 20 feet, you took the shot. If you were open at 5 feet, I felt like it developed my game. I was such a skilled shooter. It didn't matter. All those shots that I was able to hit, splitting the screen and stuff, that's stuff that I'd practiced, my entire life, because I wasn't out there every day standing behind shooting 400 three-point shots. I was just shooting all over the court.
There's nothing a coach likes better than a guy that can put the ball in the basket. Ultimately, that's the goal of the game, is to put the ball in the basket, try to win games. You get a guy that can consistently knock down an 18, 20-foot shot, he's going to be able to play a lot of basketball at a high level.